Hello, everybody. This is Marcel, or Tutor Etienne Marcel, producer of the Sports Inquirer, and thank you for joining us for the latest edition of Fighting Peaches. We're continuing our preview of the upcoming college football season and really recapping as well our time in New Orleans for the Sun Belt Football Media Days. We're focusing today on Southern Miss linebacker Chris Jones as the Golden Eagles prepare for the 2025 campaign. Before we get to Chris, as always, to follow everything that we do, head to the mothership sportsinquirer.net, premier site for news and notes in the world of sports. You can also go to our social media platforms on Twitter/X, Instagram, and Facebook. Just look us up under Etienne Martin Substitute or the Sports Inquirer. And finally, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our audio and video host, which include YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, and more. So I was able to speak with Chris earlier this summer, and he is one of the lone returning players on the Southern Miss program. Obviously, we saw Coach Huff become the new head coach from Marshall, and he transferred a lot of players from Marshall into the Southern Miss program. But Chris stuck around, so we started talking with him about that and just other things on and off of the field. Enjoy. Coach, and you were one of the players that stuck around. There's a lot of, we all know about the roster and coaching staff turnover, but you stayed with Southern Miss.
Right.
What was the motivation for that for you?
Simple. Coach Huff. Coach Huff was the reason I stayed. On a serious note, I feel like Coach Huff really has a great interest at heart, and he really wanted to come in and change the program. And I felt like that was the real reason I stayed. He brought in a great staff, great DC, and yeah, that's really the main reason I stayed.
How's it been acclimating a lot of the new guys from Marshall and otherwise to the program?
That's something that you would worry about, but it's really been great because you know, the culture they brought in was a championship mindset, and they big on cohesion and culture. So they brought their culture over to Southern, and we kind of, we made it together because I mean, like we lost last year, we were 1-11, and we were searching for something better, and that's what they're bringing, and our cohesion and our relationships on and off the field has just been getting better and better each week, and that's what the summer is about, really just building that team.
What about you on a personal level? You missed the last few games of the year.
Right.
How are you physically, and just how has the offseason prep been for you personally, just physically getting ready?
Right. My body feels better than ever, especially around this time every year. You got long summer workouts, but this year it really feels good. Ben Ashford, Coach BA, our strength and conditioning coach, has done a great job of building our bodies up and getting them ready for fall camp going into next week. So I'm real confident on my body and my mind going into fall camp.
Yeah, and what's the favorite stadium that you've played in your career, prep
Uh,
or collegiate?
this is just my second year, so the biggest game we played was last year was Kentucky. It was a lightning delay, but they still brought a good crowd, so I'd probably say Kentucky because there was just a lot of people there, and it was a real good environment for my first college game.
Yeah, and what's your favorite uniform combination?
I'm gonna have to say black on black. I like that dark. I'm a real warrior defensive guy, so I like to see that black on black with the black helmets, just everything black, just look real scary on the field. So I'm ready to get into that. Yeah.
Yeah, and what's a pregame routine for you? Just a meal, music, workout? How do you get ready for a game?
That's really something I'm working on, man. Because like as a freshman last year, it was all over the place sometimes. But this year, I'll probably say I'm gonna, you know, watch film at night. Of course, before the game, I gotta watch film, eat a good meal. Go to sleep real early, and then in the morning just stretch real good. Just make sure your body feel good, so you don't pull no muscles and things of that nature. That's really I gotta really just get into the season and see how my routine would be because like freshman year last year was all over the place,
Yeah, and you touch on that. How is it a sophomore now?
man. Right.
How different is it this time last year than compared as a freshman coming into the program?
Yeah, you just a little more mature. Look like know what's actually going on now. You know ball a little bit more. You know how to talk about ball with certain people. It's a lot different. I feel like I'm mature in that way, and of course, my body feels better. Um, I know how to work on my body, make sure my body feels good before workouts and games and that things of that nature. It's just mature on a whole new level going through your first year of college football. So,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
yes, sir.
Okay, and we're back. Thank you to to Chris for speaking with us about the Golden Eagles and everything they have going on this upcoming season. And we keeping track of him and the rest of the Southern Miss squad as they progress through the Sun Belt year. As always, to follow everything that we do, head to the mothership to sportsinquirer.net, premier site for news and notes in the world of sports. You can also head to our social media platforms on Twitter/X, Instagram, and Facebook. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our audio and video hosts, which include YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and more. Once again, this is Etienne Marceau with the Sports Inquirer. Until next time, good fight, good night, and be safe.